Hello, let's do a tarot reading or a card reading. So I've already pulled some oracle from What's the Tea, and so far my question was, what is your headspace? We have dirty offer, ignoring, obsessive lover, dangerous, toxic, unhealthy possessiveness, karmic, impersonator, wants to be you, act like, dresses like, looks like, copies you, dodging bullets, blocking negativity, escaping crazy people, spiritual hater, hates on your spirituality, light, magic, power. So you could be dealing with somebody right now who, maybe in a very literal sense, it can be somebody who's been a bit obsessive, somebody who, or you might be dealing with sort of an energy that's kind of hovering around you, wanting to enter your space. It's funny because dodging bullets also at the bottom here says protected by haters, and it's immediately followed up with spiritual hater. Is this your energy or somebody else's? Let me see. Mint. So this might be your energy. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're dealing with somebody from work or just somebody around where you might be feeling like you might be in this space where, like I said, there's this energy hovering around you, or there's somebody around you that, you know, it has the potential to pique your interest, but because of something that you're dealing with here, I feel like you're kind of choosing to, like, it's just this energy of like, I'm not even dealing with that right now, you know? It may be somebody that for a while you, for some reason, just kept thinking about them, or their opinion mattered a lot, or you wanted to be around them a lot, even if this wasn't like a romantic crush kind of situation. Could also be the other way around. It's somebody who wants to be around you, who just, you know, is starting to kind of like dip into your personal bubble a little bit. And I'm seeing just like you not even want to deal with it. I see that you could be in this kind of headspace in life right now where you could turn to certain things as like a distraction, but you're choosing not to. And it's just like, I'm too tired to deal with this. I'm not even touching it. I have no interest, you know? So, I'm gonna push you back a little bit. Let me get some more info here. I'm seeing a tree in my mind. A tree with no leaves, a dead tree, I guess. White horses could also be significant. the symbolism there. No. The Chariot. So this one kind of flipped itself over in my deck, and I just happened to look down. I was like, there's one card facing the opposite way. So very quick movement with the Chariot here. The Hierophant reversed. Four of Pentacles reversed. Justice and the Six of Pentacles reversed. So you could be kind of rushing into something. You could be kind of like going head on into some type of I'm so sorry if you can hear my neighbors. You could be kind of diving head on into something that it's like this way of being, or it's an activity, or it's like something that you do throughout the day, throughout the week, and it's to keep some sort of distraction, but I see it's kind of stifling here. You know, you might be just in a sort of time in life where it's like maybe you're just not having a great time at the moment, and so it's hard to like really settle in with that and look at everything. So instead, there's a lot of very quick movement, forward movement, lots of moving around, but that's kind of digging you deeper into a hole here. Not with somebody, not in terms of like a public image or anything like that, but I'm seeing that it's kind of pushing down, it's crushing on your sense of stability. It's cutting into your connection with your inner wisdom. With Justice and the Six of Pentacles reversed at the end here, I'm definitely seeing that be assessed right now. And maybe this is your assessment. You know, it's like you're going out and you're living your life so that you don't have to face these things or focus on these things that are just uncomfortable. But the fact of the matter is that it's crushing some sense of stability, some sense of security. It's putting a lot of strain on your connection to yourself. If you keep ignoring and pushing down, like, why is this affecting me this way? Why did this happen? How did we get here? What is it teaching me? You know, all of those things. That just makes this whole process longer. If we keep pushing it down, we're just sort of refusing to look at ourselves here, or hear ourselves, or understand ourselves. Got the Page of Pentacles. Knight of Swords reversed. Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups. King of Swords reversed. Let's get one more here. Judgment. I see that you're kind of fighting back against a fated event that has happened to you recently. It's left you feeling... It's left you in shambles a little bit. It's left you feeling scatterbrained. It's left you feeling clouded. It's left you feeling depleted. Maybe you're grieving it. Judgment is coming in with a gentle energy. Again, similar to justice, it's like an assessment here. The judgments are being made, but it's not to judge you, it's to assess and to move things around accordingly. This was a fated event that happened here. It was meant to happen. It is teaching you something. What is it teaching you? You might get irritated or you might feel like, I'm not having a fun time right now. I know. What is it teaching you? So right now, you're learning not only acceptance, but you are learning how to, I guess, unearth yourself. You're learning how to dig deep and hibernate and ruminate and think. This entire process right now is teaching you about rest and rumination. When a situation like this happens for you, when you're dealing with a great sense of loss or a great sense of disappointment or otherwise tension, when you're left feeling frazzled, along this journey, you're learning how to not push down these feelings, not ignore or cut off anything that is meant to be looked at right now, but you're learning how to instead use these resting periods as a tool. And it's also teaching you how to enjoy what you can out of it. 1331 might be important. Mirrors might be important, reflections. Maybe you feel like somebody was a reflection of you in some way. Or maybe the situation is reflecting something. Sorry if you hear that banging noise, it's my fridge. Yeah, something has fallen out of balance for you. Wow, with the moon at the bottom of the deck. Something fell out of balance deep within you. Deeply internal here. There are hidden aspects of yourself surrounding this situation. Maybe a deep hidden part of you did feel a certain way. I'm seeing 1441. So yeah, reflections mirroring each other. That might be significant for you. With this situation, there was a part of you that maybe agrees that this had to happen, or there was a part of you that knew you weren't fully satisfied while you were in it. But it's the moon, so it's hidden, you know? I'm seeing now with the Fool card and the Chariot card, this is definitely an adventure of unearthing that. This is your opportunity now to give yourself that acceptance and give yourself the relief of finally being able to say, yeah, I did feel this way. Yes, this was accurate. Yes, I was feeling this way. There's a rush of willpower there. Genonia, distance, turbulence, reward. I'm hearing that song. Is that Hercules? I can go the distance. That song. Moon again. Cycles, radiance, council. A deeply, deeply spiritual and intuitive time for you. An internal time. Oyster, transformation, contradiction, elevation. Oh. Triton, glory, triumph, summoning. Yeah, you're definitely dealing with the turbulence of these travels, of these, I guess, internal travels of yours. That will pass, though. Sometimes you have to travel far, and the reward for it is very great. Clearly, when we're ending here on Triton, glory, triumph, summoning. This is a cyclical time for you. This is something where you're going to, these types of feelings are going to come up for you over and over again. And each time you're going to learn it, you're going to experience and learn these feelings and yourself in a different way. And you're going to grow and you're going to change with each occurrence. Transformation, contradiction, elevation. So you're at a point, I'm hearing crossroads, so that could be significant. A point where, maybe you do have, like we started off with, a dirty offer and then ignoring. It's like a part of you can, if you really wanted to just kind of like, some people get in a really low space, so they're just gonna smoke and drink so they don't have to deal with it, right? It's like a part of you is seeing, oh, I could engage in this if I really wanted to. But a big part of you is saying, like, I'm not dealing with that right now. Because whether you know it consciously or not, you know that it's not going to help you. Dealing with these sorts of contradicting ideas of yours, each decision, each choice that you make, it's elevating you. It's evolving you as well as a person. This is the uncomfortable side of what maturing feels like that you're going through right now. So I'm definitely seeing that I'm seeing that you may be entering a time of growing some really thick skin for a while. You may feel a bit cold and detached. I can see at some point, maybe not right this second, but I can see at some point that your motivations and your focus will turn to, immediate successes and personal victories of another kind. It's like if this thing in my emotional life, or if this thing in my, whatever slice of life isn't working out, I'm just gonna put all my energy in all the other slices of life that I have. I can see that happening for you. I can also see I guess this sort of energy of, I want to say clarity, but that's not quite it. It's like not sharp thinking, but it's jabs of realizations or hits of understanding. That's coming with time. I see that I'm seeing in the near future fuel to feed into, it's feeding into, it's like entering a very motivated type of era. Things like competition, things like petty conflicts, things like workplace drama, 222, 2222, those things will not be bothering you. You're gonna have, after this sort of pause period where you're developing your thick skin, you're developing your lasered in focused, that focus is turning on to victory, personal victory, success, winning. So your motivations are, and your focus is, it's gonna turn to looking ahead and going, period. Just going. And like I said, those little petty conflicts along the way, drama, gossip, you're just kind of blowing right past it because you've already got so much going on, over here. You're like, I don't have time to deal with this. I am still seeing some hurt here though with a past connection or with attachments to how an environment or a place or how your life in general used to be. I am seeing some disappointment in that you had to leave what was such a wonderful moment in time for you. I'm seeing that you miss someone, you miss something. You want it back. Kind of fighting against this tower moment that you're going through right now of like, just why is this happening? Why is it happening? The Star! Daughter of Cups. Page of Cups. Everything happens for a good reason, even if it seems far detached from said good reason. but I heard that somewhere. Everything happens for a good reason. And it's like sometimes, it's things like the butterfly effect. If this didn't happen, then this person would make that decision and talk to this person and do this thing, and sometimes it's a very long line between bad event and good reason behind it. But that doesn't take away from the fact that they are connected, For your case, it's happening because with the star, this is a divine kind of healing. This is a beautiful development of your connection to spirit, to the universe, to God, whatever it is for you. It's a development of strengthening that line between you and what is beyond. Strengthening that line of intuition, strengthening that line of spirit. There was some sort of underdeveloped part of you here prior to entering into this entire situation, before it got bad, before things changed. You entered this with a very soft and beautiful heart, and that soft and beautiful heart is still in you. But because you were younger, because you didn't know the things that you are actively learning right now, you weren't equipped to deal with certain things. You weren't equipped to expect or to look out for certain things. Not only are you healing that part of you, maintaining your love and maintaining that beautiful, poetic, gentle, softer, creative side of you, but you're developing critical thinking as well here. So that's why this is all happening for you. So you may be feeling just bland. You may be thinking like, what can I do right now though? What can I do to feel better now? You may have experienced somebody around you before who went through something similar or who went through their own version of this. And at the time, it's like you held compassion, but at the same time it was like, get it together, Let me pull another one here. Start with finding and accepting the truth of how you were feeling in this situation. You have to think, if it happened, then that means some part of you also was not fully fulfilled, right? Some part of you had some kind of issue, big or small. You want to get over that denial that, no, this isn't happening, like, it shouldn't have ended this way, After getting over the denial comes dealing with the deprivation. I want it back. I miss them. I feel so empty. From there, it's not like it's as easy as just taking yourself out on a date. Whoa, where did this come from? Ace of Cups. That's interesting. With the Two of Cups on the bottom of my other deck, Ace of Cups, new beginning in something. When you get to that deprivation stage of I miss them, I want it back, engage with somebody or something else. Engage with, and I don't mean go out and just walk and ignore. I don't mean go out and spend money and ignore. You know, there's a difference between like an empty sort of, I'm going out to fill this void, versus I'm going out to nurture myself. It's like eating empty food versus eating nourishing food, right? A good soul nurturing meal could be helpful. We can start there. Nothing like a good meal for the soul, whatever that is for you. But this could be like talking to one or two people in particular that you trust. This could be playing a game or listening to an album that you used to love so much, and listening to it again too, and like while engaging with that thing, like reminding yourself of the different parts that you loved so much about it before. That can start nurturing that empty space and filling it again from within, rather than with empty external things. From there comes the epiphany, the understanding, the clarity, the light shining down on you, the truth. And then I'm gonna see you, and then I see you entering that sort of focused in energy I was explaining earlier, of bypassing all the drama, the side drama, bypassing all of the little mishaps and little conflicts going on around you, because you're so laser focused on personal victories here. Within that, you become a leader. You begin to show others not only that it's possible to overcome these sorts of soul-sucking experiences, but to thrive after it. Creativity, yeah, and exhaustion. I do see you, if your soul and your body is exhausted, like I said, you've got to nourish it. And that can look like different things for, different people. Not everyone's the same. But for example, again, going back to something that you used to love, a game, a book, an album, a song, reminding yourself why you loved it so much at that time, why it was so important for you at that time. Regardless, you are not alone here. Feed into your friendships. Keep your circle small, but keep it mighty. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna end that here. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully it made sense. If it resonated, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you'd like to. I also have TikTok, same username. Yeah. Alright, have a good night. Bye.